things I know are true. I like Javier Vasquez, but he ain't worth Nick Johnson. Dwight Freeney's a hell of a player, but he's wrong about Peyton Manning and Steve McNair. If my son were a basketball star,
as if,
I wouldn't send him to Carolina or Duke. I'd make him go pro. And I'm Max Kellerman. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
it's Around the Horn, the show of competitive banter. Here's Max Kellerman.
Welcome back to the show where the host never gave Gwyneth Paltrow the time of day. Just want to make that clear. We'll discuss Herm Edwards leaving the Jets, a chief talking trash about the Broncos, and the Grammy Awards, all with our national panel. And here they are. At the Los Angeles Times, it is Bill Plaschke. There it is. At the Denver Post, it's Woody Page.
You having a son?
So what's wrong with that? At the Chicago Sun-Times, it is Jay Mariotti.
Yeah, I've got my Hall of Fame ballot. Give me one name.
Goose Gossage. What are you kidding me? Of course. All right, Burt Blyleven. And at the Boston Globe, yeah, absolutely, it's Michael Howard.
I'm feeling like Wilt. I'm going to set the scoring record today. Give me some points.
But no, you don't get them just for... you don't just get to beg for them. You have to make a point. Would you vote for Goose Gossage for the Hall of Fame, Holly?
Absolutely.
There you go. Now you get some points. Well, the show that scores the argument, and here's how I do it with these joysticks and mute buttons. I give these guys points based on point of view, style, and information. Good answers get 2, great ones 3, and I use the mute button to penalize and direct traffic. We eliminate guys, so a one-on-one showdown determines the winner. Let's make it happen.
It's the first word.
The first words are trouble for the Jets. According to the New York Star Ledger, New York Jets head coach Herm Edwards has an out clause in his contract, which he's expected to exercise if he does not receive a 2-year extension at the end of this season. Edwards reportedly wants time to fix the Jets' defense and also wants more say in personnel decisions. Should Herm Edwards stay or go? Simple as that. Around the Horn of Bill Plaschke.
You know, he's a charismatic guy, great leader, great teacher, great story. But he's got to get out while the getting's good, because the bottom line is he's only 24-20 there. His offense has never been in the top 10. His defense has never been in the top 10. He's like Al Groh, but with a bigger smile. Not as good as Bill Parcells there. Coaches on a team that's the second team in that town. If somebody's going to offer him a lot of money at the end of the year, he ought to take it now before he stays there, ends up getting mired in the muck of the Jets.
Plaschke, you almost made my argument for me. A charismatic guy in New York, that is golden. That's one thing. Number 2, he's got a great young quarterback in Chad Pennington, who's going to get him to the Super Bowl. Number 3, he wants more personnel power. Terry Bradway brought him here. He has a good working relationship with Terry Bradway. He can get more power. It's not like he's going in with a new guy saying, I want this. He can work that out, and he's got a good relationship with the owner.
Hey, the man's a businessman, Holly. His leverage has never been better. We know he's a terrific coach. Playoffs the first 2 years. You saw on Monday night, this man can coach. He's got 2 years left in his deal. The deal won't kick in unless Woody Johnson, I love that name, Woody Johnson, gives him an extension. So why not shop your wares if you have an out clause? Atlanta with Ray Anderson, his former agent. Here in Chicago, Jerry Angelo. How about the Giants next door? Lots of options. Woody.
I think I agree totally with Jay. For one time only, his ex-agent is the big man in Atlanta. Why not take that job and trade Chad Pennington for Michael Vick and get out of New York? People like Mike Lupica are trying to run him out of there. They don't have any clue. Why would he want to stay in a place where he's not appreciated, where he's done a great job? I think both he and Fossil should move on and go other places where they can...
Plaschke, go ahead.
Jay, you said he could go to Chicago. Dick Duran's still the coach there. I'm so tired of you firing coaches on this show. No, but more important, Herm Edwards will always be the second guy in that town.
Look,
his team doesn't even have its own stadium.
Jay, forget about the body's not cold yet. There's no body, and you're replacing guys.
Look, Dick Duran has been here 5 years. It's time to go. Jerry Angelo has a relationship with Herm Edwards from their Tampa days. It would make perfect sense.
Right? Hey, Plaschke, Herm Edwards is going to be the second guy in town, just like Joe Namath was the second guy in New York? No. Namath was a star there. He was a star there because he won way back in 1969. If Herm Edwards can ever bring a Super Bowl to New York, to the Jets, he'll be a star.
Okay, go ahead, Plaschke.
Joe Namath was a star for 10 seconds. That's not a good comparison. Namath probably should have left there, too. He left there too late, too.
But they have a guy in Pennington who might be a star for 10 years. Go ahead, Woody. Last word.
Well, this is the most important one. Miami, Buffalo, and New England. The Jets are never going to dominate that division. It's time for him to move on.
Well, you can't say no one's ever going to dominate for a number of years anymore. And any team can win or lose in any given... You know, bad teams get good suddenly in the NFL. Next topic. The Titans and Colts are both 9-3 and meet in Nashville in the hottest NFL game this upcoming weekend. Colts defensive end Dwight Freeney told the media Wednesday that his quarterback, Peyton Manning, is better by far than Tennessee's MVP candidate, Steve McNair, because Manning does so many things. So, guys, who is better, Peyton Manning or Steve McNair? Around the horn at Jay Mariotti.
Well, I think it's got to be Manning here. I mean, McNair is such a tough SOB. I love the man. But Kellerman, he's always hurt. If it's not the back, it's the sternum, it's ribs, it's this, it's that. Peyton Manning never gets enough credit.
But he always plays, and he's 9-3. Plashke.
That is the worst argument I've ever heard, Mariotti. He's always hurt. He does always play. He's made over 40 consecutive starts. I got one number for you with Peyton Manning. Two numbers, 41-0. That was how they got beaten in playoffs last year.
Defense.
41-0. Peyton Manning has never won a playoff game. Steve McNair came within this close of winning the Super Bowl. McNair's a champion, a proven winner. Manning has yet to prove he can win. His own teammates, his own kicker rips him. I don't think Steve McNair's kickers ever ripped him.
Bill, is he's the anti-Bradshaw. This may be the smartest quarterback ever to have played the game. Talking about Peyton Manning, Phi Beta Kappa at the University of Tennessee.
What do you know about Phi Beta Kappa?
We're not talking about Columbia University. We're talking about higher education. Here's a guy who learned from one of the best, Archie Manning. I covered him when he was a rookie, and I'm telling you, Peyton Manning, if you're saying it now, McNair a year ago was the guy, but Manning keeps getting better and better and better. He working
but you're so biased towards Manning, Woody. It's
biased.
You're a Peyton Manning guy. Come on.
No, but hey, Max, the MacArthur Foundation needs to contact Woody. He's a genius grant candidate. He's absolutely right. Look, Peyton Manning, 4 consecutive years of 4,000 yards, 6 consecutive years of 3,000 yards. And Plashke, I'm so tired of you bringing up the 41-0 loss and questioning his toughness. You know what? Do you question Marvin Harrison? Is he not a great player? He was part of that game too. Do you question Edgerrin James? No, you don't. He doesn't have a good defense, and we saw it on Sunday.
Yeah, but you bring up all those yards for Peyton Manning. Yeah, he has Marvin Harrison and Edgerrin James.
In 6 years has never missed a start. 92 of 92. Give him his props. Touchdown
and he's never
passes,
won a playoff
138 to 85 over the last 4 years. Give the man his due.
Okay.
Here's the comparison.
Hold on one second, Plashke. Go ahead.
Bill, here's the one thing you're missing. McNair no longer can run the football, and that was his strength. Manning is not a runner, but McNair, because of the injuries piling up, is just a pocket.
No, his strength is actually his toughness, as it turns out, Woody. Bill, last word.
Yes, and he is still a threat to run, which means more than anything. And it's not me ripping Peyton Manning. It's his own teammates questioning his leadership. Again, Steve McNair.
It is the kicker. Vanderjack is the kicker, though, Bill. Oh, Bill, I'm sorry. I have to mute you for that. It was the kicker. I got to mute you for that. There's no way around that. No, Steve McNair, he stands in the pocket like Brett Favre nowadays. The guy's toughness cannot be questioned. Leadership can't be questioned. And what I don't understand is everyone's saying he's the MVP, yet he's not the best. So how does that work exactly? Semantic nonsense. Buy or sells next.
Coming up, which Kansas City Chief promised to open a can of something bad on the Broncos? And will KC back up the smack? Plus, New York, just like we pictured it. Does the Javier Vasquez trade give the Yanks the deepest rotation around? For the Horn!
Around the Horn, brought to you by Bank of America Higher Standards and by Xbox. This holiday, Xbox. It's good to play together.
Buy or sell?
It's buy or sell time. Let's keep it moving. First topic. The Yankees have traded for Javier Vasquez, one of the best young starting pitchers in the National League. They send the Expos one of the best young hitters in the American League, Nick Johnson, as well as outfielder Juan Rivera and lefty pitcher Randy Choate. Buy or sell the Yankees dealing Nick Johnson for Vasquez? Flash.
Oh, I'm buying this great deal. Vasquez is a great young pitcher. He'll win 20 games with a good team. Nick Johnson, I don't know if he's any better than Scott Hedberg. He hasn't played a full season. He's a slap hitter. Let's see.
He's not a slap hitter. Maybe like a J.D. Drew because he misses games. He's injury prone. Woody.
I'm buying this for both teams. It's one of those that works out in both ways. The Expos are going to get a guy in Johnson who's going to tear up the National League playing full-time. Rivera's a great young hitter, I think. And Choate's going to be a fine pitcher. And the only thing that could have made this deal better for Montreal would have been Almonte.
Eric Almonte. Juan Rivera is a serviceable outfielder. Jay?
I'm buying for the Yankees. A young cornerstone pitcher. Too many old starters. You needed this guy, Cameron. He's 27. Kevin Brown, you would have worried about injuries. You don't give up Soriano. Cologne, you don't want him. Buy the deal.
Who says they can't still get Kevin Brown? Michael Howie.
Right.
Max, I'm buying this, and I can't believe you're not either. I mean, look at this. Think about these names. You got Pettit, Vasquez, Musina, and your boy Contreras. That's a very nice rotation they got going for him.
No doubt about it, but Bartolo Colon, whose track record is at least as good as Vasquez's, if not better, is only a little bit older. You can get him just for the money.
Velocity off his fastball. Take it from me.
Now, Bartolo Colon's average fastball is still one of the fastest in the major leagues, Jay Mariotti. Next topic. KC visits Denver Sunday, and Chiefs wideout Eddie Kennison ripped his former coach Mike Shanahan, saying that John Elway left the Broncos because he didn't like Shanahan, and promising that Kansas City's, quote, gonna put something on their ass Sunday. Buy or sell the likelihood of KC putting some whoop on Denver Sunday at Invesco, Woody?
I'm selling this. Kennison, a quitter, a loser, a loudmouth, a trash talker. Let me explain to you why the Broncos are going to win. There's 10 reasons, starting with the one that they're going to respond. Revenge. If the Broncos...
Okay, revenge. There's one. Let's keep it moving. Jay.
You know what? I'm going to buy because 11 days ago, the Chicago Bears put the Broncos on their ass. Why not the Kansas City Chiefs? Buy.
Michael Howard.
Now I'm going to sell this, as Woody said. Kennison has lost a little bit of credibility. In the first game, they didn't blow him out. They beat him by 2 points, and they're going on the road. I sell this all the way.
Yeah, I'm selling this for reasons Woody should have mentioned. In the first game, Denver nearly had double the yardage of Kansas City. Denver lost only on a fluke kickoff return. Denver's going to win this game.
All right.
I was trying to mention that.
It wasn't on the board? All right, there's 2 more points. Next topic. The San Antonio Spurs blew a 15-point lead at home to lose their 3rd game to the Lakers this season. And the defending NBA champs became the first team in the Western Conference to lose 10 games. It's impossible. Tim Duncan had 30 and 12, but their new players were useless. Rasho Nesterovic and Hedo Turkoglu looked lost, and Robert Horry was a non-factor. I liked Turkoglu last year. Buy or sell the Spurs being in big trouble out west, Marriott.
I'm going to buy that. They've already lost 10 games. That's a deeper Western Conference, believe it or not. More competitive teams. Plus this Nesterovic. I mean, if Karl Malone had come to San Antonio, fine. He's in LA. Nesterovic, a bust. Buy that.
Michael Howard.
I'm going to sell this, and if you guys can learn something from me, learn from my patience. I'm not an impulsive guy. You got to give this team time to adjust to the hit maker, Tim Duncan, the best player in basketball. They got off to a slow start last year, and they won a championship.
Bill?
Oh, no, I'm definitely buying this. Without David Robinson, the outside shooters are getting blanketed. Look at the shooting percentages. Ginobili is shooting less than 40%. Parker's less than around 40%. I'm buying this.
Woody?
I'm buying it also. I've watched the Spurs up close, and they look slow, and they look tired, and they look disinterested, and that's the most important thing. I think you win, and it's tough, as Tampa Bay and the Oakland Raiders have proven, and the Spurs are going through the same sort of situation. They don't have the outside shooters. They don't have...
Okay, we keep it moving, for crying out loud. Woody, the real problem is the Lakers... Look, maybe the Spurs can get it together, but the way the Lakers retooled, oh, my God. I mean, that team is ridiculous right now. Next topic. The Nets lost at home to the Grizzlies last night, and Flip Bondi writes in today's New York Daily News that Byron Scott is as good as done. Scott was sent like a blindfolded prisoner into this NBA season. He received a ringing endorsement from neither his general manager nor his superstar. And now his players are doing what all players in this situation do. They're waiting for the next regime to arrive at the train station. Buy or sell Byron Scott's future with the Nets, Holly?
I'm going to sell this future because, as Bondi mentioned, they had an opportunity to give him some security, and they didn't do it. But I will say this. I think the guy can coach. He's gotten to the finals twice, and I'm tired of people ripping him and giving all the props to Eddie Jordan.
Flash.
Yeah, I'm selling this, and I'm tired of you. Holly, you're like trashing him, saying he shouldn't come back. He's got to come back. Again, 2 straight finals. His team is still playing hard. They're 5th in the league in points allowed.
What?
They're 6th in turnovers allowed. They're still playing hard. Forget the players. He lost his best center. Come on.
I'm buying this also. He may be on a short leash, but it's a mistake. What is it about New York, Max, that you got to get rid of every good coach you have? Every time you have, he's an exceptional coach. They've been to the NBA Finals twice. What do you want? You're going to replace him with Red Auerbach? Come on.
All right, Jay.
You know, I'm selling. Plasky says they're still trying. They're last in the league in rebounding. Anybody last in the league in rebounding isn't trying, isn't boxing out. It's all about Eddie Jordan. Morning's gone. Kid doesn't want him there. Goodbye.
Jay, I was just soaking all that in. That was such a great point. I think that's not a 2-point answer for good. That's a great answer. That's 3 points. Oh, still short. I don't know what it was. That's as good as answer as you could have given, and it wasn't enough. That's it. Out of Bounds is next.
Coming up, Quincy Carter has defied the critics. But is he the long-term solution under center in Big D? And if you like that one, look out. Duke rolled Michigan State. Is Durham where you'd send your kid if their recruiters came around? For the Horn! It's around the Horn, where after 2 rounds, here's how they stand. Woody Page has 29, so he's reading a book. Bill Plaschke has 31. Mr. Michael Holley has 32. And J. Mary Matty, come on, I love the man, but no, I gotta sell that mix. Right now, it's on a
Woody's reading that Harold Bloom. Bloom's like the Bill James of literature. It's out of bounds where it's all in bounds. First topic. Bad news for Duke haters. They were awesome last night, blowing out Michigan State at East Lansing to go 4-1 and bounce back from their loss to Purdue. Bad news for Carolina haters, too. The Heels beat Illinois the night before to go 4-0. If you had a son who was a high school basketball star, would you rather send him to play at Duke or North Carolina? Woody Page.
I'd prefer for him to turn pro so I could retire from this show.
Correct.
But if he asked for my advice, I would say North Carolina. Better-looking women, better-looking campus. I like their Slavic language program. They have a great journalism department. I think that you'll find that North Carolina...
Okay, fine. I had a cousin who went to UNC. Who's next? Howard.
Better-looking women. It's right down the street. It's only, 10 miles apart? I'd say Duke, though. You get to play for the John Wooden of his generation and Mike Krzyzewski. You get to play in Cameron Indoor Stadium, one of the best sports facilities in the country. You get to win a lot, and you know what? Duke gets a bad reputation for not producing pros. There are a lot of solid pros who have come out of Duke. Carlos Boozer, Shane Battier, Grant Hill got hurt, but even way back in the day, Mike Jaminski,
Elton Brand.
Hold on. You're wrong about that, Michael. First thing, I hate to agree with Woody, but for none of the unintelligible reasons he gave. The reason you send your child to North Carolina is you go to college to prepare yourself for life after college. North Carolina is where the NBA stars are grown. They've had 12 players win NBA championships. Duke's had 1. North Carolina's had 6 players whose numbers have been retired by NBA teams. The Duke's had none. North Carolina's a place you go for whatever reason, whether Coach K at Duke creates a team environment where the guys aren't great NBA players, but they're not.
Coach K, hold on. Coach K has had 1 title. Duke's had 2. Not 1, 2. Holly, go ahead.
You know what, Max? This is amazing coming from Mr. Morality, who I know has a son. That it's all about championships. So is that what you tell your young man growing up? That it's all about championships? It's not about getting a good education?
No,
it's not about being a solid professional?
It's about a party school.
Respond to that, Plaschke.
If my son's a great piano player, I want to send him to the college that's going to put him in Carnegie Hall. If he's a basketball player, I want to send him to the college that's going to put him in the NBA. North Carolina does it. Duke does not do it.
Okay, Woody, last word.
Great party school, North Carolina.
Well, all right. I think that's a 3-point answer. How do you like that? Well, that's part of college is socializing. Next topic. Grammy nominations were announced this morning. Leading the way with 6 nominations apiece were Outkast. You got to give it up for Outkast. Pharrell, whose production is so tight it's ridiculous. Jay-Z, who's like the New York Yankees of hip-hop. And Jay-Z's girlfriend, and Around the Horn favorite, Beyonce Knowles.
Hey now.
Yes, hey now indeed. Are the Grammys relevant, Bill Plaschke?
No, not anymore. And a good sign of that is the Academy Awards this year are moving their telecast date back a month to February, right in the middle of Grammy season, and the Grammys are scrambling, trying to find a new date. The Grammys move around the world. My children watched it last year, and they got through about 20 minutes, and they never heard half the people on there. It's not relevant to younger people. Paul Schaefer was on the telecast last year.
Plaschke,
Kid Rock. It's not relevant anymore.
Plaschke, come on. Any award show is subjective, so you're going to say, it doesn't matter, it does matter. But the Grammys are almost like the Rose Bowl of music. You're still going to talk about it. The name itself carries some weight.
Who won a Grammy last year?
Name one person.
Wait a minute, Michael. Name a person who won some Grammys last year.
I'll tell you who won a Grammy last year. Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys.
What category? What category?
Look at this, though.
You don't know.
Oh, you have to know all the categories. That's enough for you.
Wait a second, Plaschke. What I'm trying to tell you is you cannot say an award show that's going to have Outkast, Beyonce, The Roots, Sean Paul. You can't say that's irrelevant. These are some of the top names in the industry today.
Come on, Michael. I have to always straighten you guys out. I was at the Grammy Awards at the Felt Forum 30 years ago. It wasn't relevant then. It's never been relevant. One year, Kiss was up for heavy metal for a song called Beth. Hello, let me help you out. Elvis never won. The Beatles never won. It never made any sense whatsoever.
No, it's irrelevant. Plaschke, you want to last word?
Furthermore, the Grammys do not have a Slavic language program. That makes it totally right.
That's right. And so for Woody, they're out. Woody, do you have any last words?
I think this show is so...
That's quite enough from you. Hey, Plaschke, Sean Paul, quick, what genre of music?
The Beatles?
Yeah.
He was one of the Beatles?
Yeah, go ahead, tell him, Holly.
R&B, baby.
He was one of the Beatles. No, that's John and Paul or something.
Why'd I let either one of you advance? Showdown's next.
Coming up, Gwynny Skinny. But not for long. The guy from Coldplay did what it takes to make her round. The horn! But beautiful.
Coming up on SportsCenter, Barry Bonds and steroids are the talk in a California courtroom today. What turned this QB into a possible MVP? Why the Yankees gave up on Nick Johnson. SportsCenter, 66 ESPN.
Around the Horn, brought to you by Nissan, who invites you to shift the way you move through the world. And by Sears. Don't just give a gift, give the good life. Sears, good life, great price.
Showdown time. Disembodied voice.
Oh, yes?
No time today.
No.
First topic. Bill Parcells takes his Dallas Cowboys to Philly on Sunday. Quincy Carter, who threw 3 picks to the Dolphins defense, says that this is the biggest game of his career. Guys, is Carter the long-term quarterback solution in Dallas? 15 seconds each. Holly.
No, he's not. I want to applaud him first. I think he's really stepped up his preparation this year. He's staying late. He's really getting into the film study. But basically, guys, his numbers speak for themselves. He has 13 touchdowns and 16 interceptions. He's really a backup quarterback, and that's what he's going to be.
Michael, his numbers do speak for himself. He's getting better and better each week, and you got to look at his coach, Bill Parcells. Parcells has won with Ray Lucas. He's won with Jeff Hostetler. He wins with quarterbacks who don't make mistakes, who play smarter as the year goes on. That's what Quincy Carter is doing. I see no reason why he couldn't be the future there.
No, you're wrong, Plaschke, but you got guts. Next topic. On Wednesday, the Blazers dealt Bonzi Wells to the Grizzlies for Wesley Person and a conditional first-round pick. Wells was recently fined for making an obscene gesture at a fan, was stripped of his captaincy, and was suspended for 2 games for cursing at head coach Maurice Cheeks. Is Bonzi Wells worth the trouble in Memphis? 15 seconds each. Plaschke, go.
Guys, I want you to repeat after me. Jerry West does not make a bad trade. Bonzi Wells, we've seen him out here against the Lakers. The guy is big enough to power over guards, but quick enough to get around big forwards. Great length.
And I want you to repeat after me. I want you to repeat after me. You know, Bill Parcells went with Hostetler only afted Phil Simms got hurt and started the season.
Bonzi Wells is 27. Hey, stick to the subject.
Yeah, you keep quiet. Bonzi Wells is 27 years old, which means he's too old to be acting like this, and his field goal percentage has dropped every year he's been in the league. He's not good enough for all this
Holly
trouble.
knows better than Jerry West. 15 seconds for Bill Plaschke. Go.
I can officially say that the LeBron James honeymoon is over. I was here last night in L.A. when he played against the Clippers and was benched during the crunch time in the fourth quarter. Fans barely noticed him. Teammates were kind of grumbling about him. I think the whole honeymoon is over. The hype is over for a while. Good for him. Maybe he has a chance now to learn how to become a basketball player.
That's going to do it, folks. We're on a 23-and-a-half-hour break. See you Friday around the Horn.
No one cares about LeBron.
Around the Horn is a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For up-to-the-minute sports information, log on to ESPN.com.
My Lord.
Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. Tony, did you hear that Gwyneth Paltrow is expecting?
I'm Tony Kornheiser. Wow. Beano Cook getting it done again.
I don't think it was Beano Cook.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
Who do you think it was?
I don't know, but it wasn't Beano Cook.
Too bad. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, Barry Bonds testifies, Anna Kournikova gets dumped.
What?
And Robbie Knievel jumps 10,000 dishes. That's right, not alligators, not flaming buses, dishes. Ooh. We start with Mike Shanahan's former wide receiver, Eddie Kennison, now with the Chiefs, who come into Denver on Sunday, blasting his former coach, Mike Shanahan. Wilbon, listen to what he says about Shanahan and what's going to happen to the Broncos.
We'd rather be 11-1 frauds than 7-5, you know, hanging from a string from Mike Shanahan, sucking on his behind all the time. You know, when you're scared, you're scared. And this weekend, y'all can quote me, y'all can do what y'all want to, but we're going to put something on their ass, and you can believe that.
That is restaurant quality, isn't it? You love this, don't you? Because you're always rapping Shanahan.
No, stop
always
it with
rap.
rap. I don't rap Shanahan. He's a fine fine coach, I'd hire him today. What I say about Shanahan consistently is he hasn't won playoff games without who?
Number 7.
And that would be who? Not Mickey Mantle.
John
Elway.
Exactly.
So, no, I like this because this is a big game. Look, if Kansas City was undefeated still, if they were 11-0 going into this, this would be unbelievable because they're going to their most hated rival. Well, Raiders, Broncos, they hate them both.
Yeah.
This will be a lot of fun. A lot of people taking shots at Shanahan this week. Not me. Daryl Gardner, his own player, one of them. Shanahan's coming under heavy criticism.
Well, most of what they say is that Shanahan is a control freak and it's a my way or the highway situation. But in the history of pro football, don't we find that almost all the big winners are indeed control freaks?
Vince Lombardi was not taking any votes.
Isn't that
Bill Parcells in Dallas not taking any votes?
Isn't that really what you want in a coach?
But
So
I
why
think
is
it
he
was
taking a
something
rap?
about Shanahan's demeanor to those guys they took exception to, and they are lighting him up.
By the way, this whole thing started with a Mark Kisler column in the Denver Post. It's a convoluted story, but he should feel good because he's at the center of the story.
By the way, Kinnison is not some crazy non-player. Kinnison can play. Yeah. It's already presumed the New York Giants will be looking for a new head coach for next season. Now, the Newark Star-Ledger is reporting Jets coach Herman Edwards is seeking a 2-year extension on his contract, which already has 2 more years, and more input into personnel matters in order to build a championship-caliber defense. If the Jets say no, Edwards can walk now, according to his contract. Tony Edwards is your boy.
Yes, he is.
Should the Jets comply, and if not, should Edwards walk?
I don't know if he should walk or not, but the Jets should comply so he doesn't have to walk it off. Look, he takes accountability. That guy stands up here, deals with his players, deals with the media. You know, he's a responsible guy. He's an authority figure. I like him a lot, and I think they should probably give him the extension. But now we go into your area where you believe that nobody, not even Vince Lombardi, should be the GM and the coach.
Now, I notice he stopped short of that. I understand input because you're the head coach. You want to have some control, as Parcells would say, over the shopping so you see what you get to cook.
Right.
GM, no. I don't believe that one person should be coaching GM. I think it's too hard. It's a different skill set, and there are different interests.
See, I think
that are sometimes conflicting.
I think if Herman Edwards was dissatisfied with the Jets, that there'd be a long line to pick him up, and it would start with the Giants. It would start right in the same
I would think it would start with Atlanta.
It would start with the Giants.
Former
The guy's a
agent
winner.
is one of the executives with the Falcons.
The guy's a winner. Barry Bonds testified before a grand jury today in California investigating the laboratory, which has produced some of the nutritional supplements Barry Bonds has been taking. Now, Mike, without dealing with Barry Bonds' direct testimony, when you put together the words steroids and Barry Bonds, do you think that even though Bonds repeatedly asserts that he's never taken steroids, do you think he gets the benefit of presumed innocence from the general public?
No. I don't think that Barry Bonds is the only person in that category, however. I think Marion Jones, I think Mark McGuire, I think Sammy Sosa, I think all the people who were called to testify before the grand jury in this particular matter, people look at with one eye and go, you know.
I think it goes wider than that.
Much wider. I'm just saying those are a few of
Here's
the
what
people.
I think. I think that anybody, basically, who's broken a record in track and field in the last 10 years, and I think that anybody who's broken a record in baseball in the last 10 years, a hitting record, I think they are presumed to be taking steroids, which is why testing for their own good has to take place.
Oh, it has to.
Here's the problem.
And for baseball's own good, they have to institute this, and it can't be anonymous anymore.
But here's the problem.
What?
Okay, if these guys say, I never took steroids, and they come to training camp, spring training, 30 pounds lighter, okay, then people are going to presume that they were taking steroids.
Yeah, I don't think people presume they're taking them. I think people, however, feel conflicted. They don't want to believe it,
Let's
but
say
they're
this.
skeptical.
They're sure not surprised if it turns out they did.
That's right. Yeah. At the end of yesterday's show, I picked 6th-ranked Michigan State playing at home to beat 6th-ranked Duke.
How can they both be 6th ranked?
I don't know. They were tied. Boy, was I wrong. Stupid wrong. Apparently, Spartans coach Tom Izzo had higher expectations also. After Duke's 72-50 blowout victory at East Lansing, Izzo said his team played soft, played scared, put forth an inexcusably woeful effort. Izzo also said he'd never been more embarrassed in his 9 years at Michigan State. Tony, is this justifiable criticism, or was that a little over the top for losing to a team as good as Duke is 5 games into the season?
I suspect it's a little bit over the top. I think what causes that is you now have all these great games early in the season on national television. Now, colleges use national TV games to recruit for next year, so they don't want to lose them. They especially don't want to lose them at home. I think it brings forth a little bit over-the-top reaction. Not that he yelled, because Izzo never yells.
He does.
And Izzo's beloved. And he's got, by the way, the best program in college basketball, or right at the top 3.
Well, the thing is, he's sort of earned the right, and because he is not always yelling and screaming, it is not a cry wolf situation. Very rational when he did this. Look, if he was over the top, I think he has earned the right, given how he's conducted himself and his program.
But, Mike, he's overscheduled. He's got Kansas, Duke, Oklahoma, Kentucky, and Syracuse non-league. He's got a great program.
Sounds like Bobby Bowden in the 80s when he was trying to climb the ladder.
I don't know why you do. Who made that schedule? If he made it, he's nuts. Here's a story that I know Michael Wilbon is going to love.
What is it?
It's the latest chapter in the ongoing hot stove war between the Yankees and the Sox. Wilbon, today, Boston introduced Terry Francona as its manager, and today, the Yankees traded Nick Johnson to Montreal for Javier Vasquez, a highly rated right-hand starter who could step right in for Roger Clemens. So now, at this moment in time, I ask you, who's ahead? Yankees or the Sox?
I don't care.
Yeah, you do.
I don't
Come
know.
on, yeah, you
Is Javier Vasquez related to Julian Javier? Because that's the last Javier I know of.
No,
I don't.
Come on, this is big stuff.
I don't.
It leads
right
every
now,
newscast.
We got
every
the Cubs
sportscast.
have the Florida first baseman, Lee, came over to replace Hee-Seop Choi. That's what I care about.
Derek Lee
You
is the
tell
guy.
me who's ahead.
Derek Lee is the guy. You know what's interesting about this?
What?
Major League Baseball owns and runs the Expos, right?
Yeah.
So if they agree to this trade, aren't they trying to strengthen the Yankees? Doesn't it mean baseball wants this to go on?
How fraudulent would that be?
I think it'd be
Where
fine.
are the other teams?
I think it'd be
by the
fine, and
way?
you know why?
Why?
'Cause everybody cares about the Yankees in this.
I'm not going to yell and scream today.
Everybody.
I'm not as old as you, Tony, but I'm old enough to remember when Daredevil stunts rivaled boxing as huge cultural events in the 1970s. Remember when Evel Knievel attempted jumps over the Snake River Canyon, the fountain at Caesar's Palace, and a shark tank in the Chicago Amphitheater? Well, today his son Robbie Knievel jumped, you ready for this? 10,000 dishes at a Southern California raceway. Tony, is a dopey promotion for Dawn dishwashing detergent going to revive interest in daredevilism as we knew it?
Well, it's certainly disappointing that it was dishes.
Dishes.
Okay, you know,
Dawn dishwashing
because then what's
detergent.
next is toilet
Scary.
paper, you know, or teddy bears.
You liked all this stuff. You were one of those Knievel guys, weren't you?
Everybody liked this stuff. It got like a 50 share
I loved it. I was a
when
kid.
Evel Knievel was going to jump the Snake River Canyon. By the way, when he jumped the fountain at Caesar's Palace,
he got hurt, didn't he?
Okay, yeah, he broke every bone in his body.
You sure it wasn't a pro wrestling situation?
No, I don't think that was. Snake River Canyon might have been.
Jerry
but that was-
Lawless
Here's
situation?
the thing.
What?
Okay, if you're going to jump something, you got to light it on fire. It's a gots-to-light situation. If it's not lit on fire, nobody wants
This
to
is
see
a
it.
waste
The light
of
dishes.
time.
What are you going to use? Paper dishes?
Waste of time.
But you would have liked it 20 years ago. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll ask
Shark
Roy
Tank.
Williams whether he's the whole difference in North Carolina like Wilbon said he is. And later, we choose which NFL quarterback we'd start this Sunday. Will Wilbon snub his boy, Donovan F. McNair?
Pardon the interruption. Presented by New Smirnoff Ice Triple Black. Triple filtered for a crisp, clean bite. And in part by NikeGridiron.com.
Last year, North Carolina missed the tournament. Early this year, they look like the UNC of old. Their new coach, Roy Williams, joins us now. And Roy, yesterday on this show, Wilbon said you were 100% of the reason that Carolina looked good. Now, 100%. Is he right?
He's trying to make me look bad already, Roy.
I'll go with 1%, but not 100%. The kids are really buying into what we're asking them to do. They're doing a nice job. They're trying to play together. They're accepting the challenge of playing on the defensive end of the floor. And in saying that, on Saturday against Cleveland State was about as low as I've ever been, because I may have been 100% of the reason we played so poorly on Saturday. But Tuesday night against Illinois, we played really well.
Roy, when you took the job, did you expect to be this good this quickly? And overall, what did you expect?
You know, I tried not to have many expectations. I felt like the fans and the media would have enough expectations that I didn't need to have any. I didn't look at any of the game film from the previous year with the exception of one game, and I just did that just to have an idea about a little bit about personnel, but I didn't want to have any preconceived notions. I don't know that we are real good right now, and yet we did play very, very well against Illinois, but against Cleveland State on Saturday, we were awful, and it was very discouraging, and I challenged the guys a great deal Sunday and Monday, and they really came through, but we're operating on a thin edge. It's sort of like my bunker play. It's not very good a lot of the times, and we've got to get where we like Wilbon's bunker game.
Unless you want mine.
Yeah, that's great.
So many people,
That's
Roy,
great because you get 3 and 4 shots out of the same bunker, Roy.
That's my game.
Yeah.
So many people wanted you to be there to coach the Tar Heels. And I'm wondering if now that you are back there in Chapel Hill, if you feel any more fulfilled now that you're back.
You know, I really don't. It was so emotional for me because, you know, my players that I had at Kansas, I think they did want me to stay, and those were the most important ones to me. I had 15 great years there. I loved my time and loved those people. I hope that every night I go in the press conference here, I will ask how Kansas did, because that's what I did for 15 years when I was at Kansas. I would ask how North Carolina did that night. My problem is I loved both institutions, but as you know, I couldn't coach both.
Kansas has a great team. We believe on this set that North Carolina has a great team. You can talk all you want about being bad against Cleveland State, but down the road, it's not about Cleveland State. How good do you really think that North Carolina is? And let me make it easy for you. Can you beat Duke, which is what they all care about where you live?
Well, it's a lot easier to say it than it is do it, I guarantee you that. You know, the thing is, if you tell me that we're going to get healthy and our top 7 players are going to be with us all year, I do feel like we have a chance to be a good basketball team. And in some occasions, very good. The only problem is very seldom you see the same 7 guys be able to play the entire season. And we are so limited once you get past those guys that's the big worry for us. But if we're going to be healthy and those 7 guys be with us all year, we've got a chance to be good.
I guess it's a getaway question, but did you have any trepidation? Do you feel any unease finally being back with the expectations on you now to, in fact, win a national championship? Are you uneasy with that?
You know, I'm not uneasy with it in one sense because I've never worried about other people's expectations. I put so much pressure on myself, I can't worry and waste time thinking about those. I worry about our team feeling that, though. And, you know, because kids, you can't control their thought process. And there's no alum, no financial guy that's ever put as much pressure on me as I put on myself. And those guys don't make me stay awake at night just like poor play does. And so from that viewpoint, I'm all right. But I do worry about our kids thinking now all of a sudden that we're supposed to be great because we haven't been to the tournament the last 2 years, much less do anything in the tournament. We haven't even made the tournament.
Thank you, Roy. Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.
We're
Enjoy
taking a break. But when we come back, if you could start any quarterback this Sunday, would it be Michael Vick? Time for a little food chain, where today we attempt the messy business of reaching consensus on the quarterback we most want to start right now. Right now.
Not
Who's
career.
Right now.
Right now, Matt Hasselbeck.
All right, the last 5 games from Matt Hasselbeck, he's got 11 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions. I like him because he's a bald guy, but I particularly prefer his sister-in-law.
I'm with you there. Last 2 games, 8 touchdown passes, 1 pick.
He's playing
We're going to go him
and by the way,
right at the top of the board.
Seattle playing better than anybody thought they would.
Still win the division.
Who's next?
John Kitna, a name we thought we would never have in this position.
You had John Kitna as an MVP candidate earlier this week. Last 9 games, 7-2 record, 19 touchdown passes, 4 picks, stepped way up with the threat of Carson Palmer.
That's right. No home grit. He's not playing for one of those gurus, playing for a defensive guy. Putting Hasselbeck second. I'm putting Kitna first.
Now, I'm not going to disagree with that. Who's next?
I know you like this one.
I don't like him.
Brady.
I don't like him. I love him. He's got 8 wins in a row without a running back. Here are his
12 picks.
Here's his career stats after November 1st. 21-4. 21-4. You like him right now? Yeah, you like him right now?
I like
8 wins
him.
in a row?
I don't love him.
Where you put him?
Therefore, I'm putting him behind.
Below Hasselbeck. Okay. Does the word idiot ring a bell? Who's next?
Chad Pennington.
Oh, he's a fabulously accurate passer. The reason the Jets are not in the playoffs is because he got hurt earlier this year. He is just a great passer, and the Jets are winning with him right now.
They are, and he's still got a chance because he got back in the lineup. They got a shot. You seen your boy Herman Edwards doesn't have a chance?
They have no chance.
Got a chance with him.
Career-wise,
they got a chance
second
with him.
Highest-rated quarterback all time after 17 games.
Fourth.
Who's next?
The board is filling up. And now we go to Donovan F. McNabb.
Right. The Eagles are 9-3. When he has bad games, he walks off the field and they've still won because he's a leader.
That's right.
I don't think he's having a great year, but he is a leader.
After losing the first 2 games, what has happened? They've won 8 of 9.
That's right.
And
right.
it would have
That's
been 9 straight had Andy Reid not tried to catch Bill
well, you say that all the time.
So,
you got to do what you want.
So everybody comes
quickly.
down
he goes
very
1.
quickly. He goes 1. How many NFC title games Clutch playing?
2 at the moment. Brett Favre is next. Am I right? Brett Favre. Now,
Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Perhaps the only Hall of Famer up here.
He's the best quarterback in football for a long time. Okay, so what I'm going to say now is sacrilegious. He's thrown 18 interceptions. Forgive me. Right now, I'm afraid I don't want him. Right now.
I could never think I would agree with you on this topic.
I feel terrible.
This is not about a Bear fan hating on the Packers.
I feel terrible.
I'm staying with the board just right now. And I reserve the right to change my mind later in the season.
Who's next?
Steve McNair.
Steve McNair is the #1 rated passer in the league. And this is a guy, he's always hurt, but you know what? He always plays.
He's playing.
He delivers the goods. He is a great leader. He used to be a great passer for a while in college, for a while not in the pros. He's a great passer again. He's a big-time guy.
Key stat, 20 touchdown passes, only 6 interceptions.
Big-time guy.
You
got to put him over your boy.
Well, who goes off? Chad Pennington, I'm giving an incomplete because he did not play the whole season. Brady comes down, Hasselbeck comes down, Kintner comes down, McNabb comes down, and McNair goes to the top.
Who's next?
Peyton Manning.
Oh, now Peyton Manning right now leads the NFL in passing yards. He leads it in completions.
Yep.
He leads it in percentage. He leads it in touchdowns.
Passes.
He's got 23. He's had a
Didn't have a great game at home last week when they needed him to hit that fade route.
Okay, he missed 1 pass. He got him back in the game. Got him back in the game. Having a great year.
So here's what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
If I had to play today and win a game today, the least proven of these guys, even though we love his sister-in-law, is Matt Hasselbeck. He comes off the board. I'm moving everybody down except Steve McNair.
Okay,
there's
now
the
I
board
think we
so
have
far.
one more.
We have one more guy. The fabulous Michael
Now,
Vick.
he is the wild card in all of this. If you ask me right now, do I want him? I say he's injured, and I don't want him right now. But if you tell me he is 100% healthy right now, I throw everybody off the board, and I put him on.
But we know he's not, and much like Chad Pennington, even more so, I have to give Michael Vick an incomplete. It's not his fault. Yes, we'd both take him if we were starting next season.
Your board?
But we're starting now.
Is this your board?
Is my board. No, wait.
Go ahead.
No, I'm going to put Kintner below Brady, and
This is your
now
board.
we have my board.
Okay.
That's
now,
my board.
Do you want my board?
Let's see your board.
My board is take all of these guys down, and I'm going to show you the board, the real board, okay? #1 is Tom Brady because he's got 8 in a row.
You just said McNair was the #1 guy.
#2
You're an
is
idiot.
Peyton Manning.
You're an idiot.
#3 is Steve McNair. #4 is John Kintner because he's been great lately. #5, I know you love this guy, but I'm doing this to you.
I know.
There we go. Chad Pennington.
And you, this is the Tony Kornheiser, Rush Limbaugh, McNabless, fish fry quarterback.
This guy is it. He's the guy. That's it. That's the list. Time for
Brady.
Don't go anywhere.
Steve McNair and
because
Peyton Manning.
We still got our
You're an
big
idiot.
block to come. Tyra Banks,
Boston,
Gwyneth
New York
Paltrow,
bias.
Will Buzz
Hot
Girl,
Stove League
Anna
bias.
Kournikova, who appears to be back on the market.
I-95 crapola, baby.
It was I-95. I put McNabb up there. He's on I-95. John Kintner ain't on 95.
Pardon the interruption. Presented by New Smirnoff Ice Triple Black. Triple filtered for a crisp, clean bite. And in part by Sears. Don't just give a gift, give the good life. Sears. Good life, great price.
Happy time, people. Happy 30th birthday, Tyra Banks. She's much blonder than she used to be. I sort of like that. She's got the real big forehead, Wilbon. I think it works for her. Would you let her sit on your lap?
Everything is working for her. I met her at a big fight in Las Vegas when she was there with Chris Webber.
Lap time?
Fabulous.
Was there lap time?
No, for Webber,
Lap
not
time?
for me.
Happy anniversary to the Tampa Bay Bucks. On this day 26 years ago, you ran your losing streak to an NFL record 26 games. They were shut out 10 times in those 26 games.
I mean, your boy wasn't getting it done, Steve Spurrier, right?
He was a quarterback.
Finally beat the Saints 33-14 in New Orleans. Look at Sweetness run.
Happy trails, Anna Kournikova. You've reportedly been dumped by Enrique Iglesias. This according to the Star tabloid of London. Wilbon, I'm sick of talking about you, girl. She's a bigger joke in her sport than Tanya Harding ever was in skating.
But here's what she's not. A thug criminal like Tanya Harding, your girl.
Trying to find out what we messed up. Girl. Stat Boy, help us out here.
Tony, you think Evel Knievel got a 50 share when he was on TV? Super Bowls don't get 50 shares. Here's Roots, MASH, and Dallas. That's a 50 share. You got Trent Green on your list.
Hey, we didn't have Trent Green up there. How's that possible?
That's a
Trent
show. Paste him up. Running out of show. Here we go to the big finish. The Orlando Magic lost again, Mike. How long is it going to go on?
Maybe until they play the Wizards on December 10. The Phoenix Mercury won the WNBA draft lotto. Your thoughts?
That whole thing was about where Diana Taurasi would end up.
Can you blame him?
Vince Carter scored 21. The Raptors won again. Is he back among the elite?
Yes, but with the help of Jalen Rose and Danielle Marshall, Gwyneth Paltrow is pregnant. Your favorite film of hers?
Shakespeare in Love. I thought that was a great film.
How about the talented Mr. Ripley?
That was a great film too. Lakers and Mavs tonight. Will the Mavs finally play enough D to win?
No.
Time.
No.
Time. Tony.
And I'm Mike Wilbon. Same time tomorrow. We forgot Trent Green. How did we do that?
Come on.